Hi everyone, welcome back to my Superman and Lois review. This is going to be episode 10 for season 3, Collision, of course. This episode was actually really nice to see. There was a lot of things that were a little unexpected here, especially towards the end there. A lot of surprises, a lot of things that I was thinking about the way the show has become and the direction it's going, and actually it's doing really well for itself, and this is something really it's a really awesome episode to see how the characters are within one another, and we see that starting with Lois, we see that she rings the bell like Peia did in the couple episodes ago, because her chemotherapy is over, and just to prepare for the next step. And then we will have to see she's been trying to think about how to take Bruno down in 3 lads, and also have Peia involved, because Peia has the information that can get Lex Luthor out of prison, and she is thinking about what to say to her, and she started out to the DOD and talked to Peia, and Superman, he has nothing to do, so he decides to try to find time. He wants to spend quality time with his sons, and then they're like playing video games upstairs, and then he wants to talk to them, and he's trying to see if they didn't make plans, and boys said, okay, sure. And then they decide not to, because they have other plans to go to his party, and then Jonathan wants to see Candace, and then Jordan wants to go there, just Sarah tested Jonathan, so which is surprising to Jordan, because they were a couple, so then now that he's interested in trying to do what we can to talk to her, see if he can go back to her, which I'll get to a little bit, and then later in the video, and then we see that Bruno sees Mateo, and Mateo wants to have he wants to see his mom, so he actually wears the bow tie that he wore. It's weird that he wore, it's just that he wore that same thing he wore when he went to his state finale, but nonetheless, he wants to see his mom, and then Bruno says that it's better if he doesn't go, because there will probably be a little bit of tension between him and people within the DO, and maybe especially Lois, how it doesn't. That's why I think it feels like Bruno would feel better if his son spends time with his mom, and then he gives him cufflinks, which seems that it's no big deal, maybe just to represent that he's like doing something really important, that he is doing a brave thing with seeing someone we raised him, and later in the episode we find out there's more to that, especially the fact that Bruno showed Mateo Bizarro, and Bruno mentioned that he has a cure for Peia, so there's a lot of things that happened in the end that was really surprising. Kyle and Chrissy are talking to each other about how things are with the city, and then she's thinking about what type of story she wants to publish, and then Kyle tells Chrissy that there's been something interesting to happen. As a firefighter, he's dealt with Superboy, which is Jordan. He basically saved house from being completely on fire by freezing that accident, where he caught Kyle by surprise, and he didn't see someone in Smallville with superpowers, and he's actually thinking about Jonathan the whole time for some reason. Not sure why that is, because he's been around Jonathan, especially during the weekends when he was working with they were working with each other. It would have been more interesting if Superboy has done certain things while Jonathan was working in the fire station, and Kyle probably would have noticed or heard about it. That would have been more interesting. The boys decided to go to a party, but then basically lied to Clark, and because Clark already made plans, he drove Metropolis for a fun event with them, and then he says, okay, maybe not time, and then they drove to his party, and then Jonathan sees Candace, and they reunite for just a little bit, and then Jordan sees Sarah with George, who's like the mayor's son, who Peia killed a couple episodes back. So then he talks to Sarah, and so the son dude talks to Sarah about some sort of random little conversation. Then Jordan basically butts in and tries to interrupt. It's a little much, of her. He basically tells her why you talking to him, and she said, I didn't talk to whoever I want. And there's no reason why you should be mad or some stuff along the lines of that. And he says that I wish I never fell in love with you. Like, dude, that's a little too much, That's, you should probably pump the brakes a little bit, because that's way too clingy. And she probably has, you don't know if she has felt that way before. She definitely doesn't feel that now. Feels like Jordan needs to find someone else. Like, come on. It's weird that the boys aren't in school anymore. I'm not sure if it's summer for them or anything like that. They just don't talk about school at all. None of them do, so that's a little bit weird today, or in the different that way. Anyways, I feel like Jordan could find someone I was to talk to. He's at a party and socialize. He has the opportunity to talk to anyone else, even make another friend. And he has it just to keep his mind off Sarah, and he's just so obsessed with Sarah, it basically blew up in his face. So then, meanwhile, before Sarah went to the party, Lana was in the house talking to Sarah and Sophie, and basically the stuff that John Henry Irons did in the previous episode with Henry Miller in downtown Smallville kind of a little bit destroyed. Lana has to talk to somebody about repairs to the city, and then she has to go out and then deal with that, and Chrissy's also there, and then Chrissy wants to talk to Lana about Kyle, and not in the way that Lana thinks, because Kyle is on to, the superhero identities. He's basically interested in finding out who that is, and that's something that Lana doesn't really realize here. Lana tells Sophie that her grandmaster picked her up, and that's all they have to do. We always have these episodes where Sophie's not, she's just absent for no reason at all, and now they finally say something and address it. Something so simple, but they drove just done that would have been, they drove just said that in the beginning of the season, and then throughout the entire season we'll be like, oh, Sophie's probably with her grandma. That makes sense. That's all they have to do. They always have these, yeah, anyways, the thing with Sarah and Jordan is a little bit much for Jordan, and then the cops basically find the party and they all run, and then Sarah and Josh, they go to Sarah's car. I think it was Lana that gave the car to Sarah, but I could be wrong there. But anyways, they drove the car, tried to escape. They had the headlights off, and then once they were in the clear, Sarah turned the headlights back on and saw a deer and swerved, and then they pretty much crashed the car, but then luckily Jordan was able to save everyone, save Sarah and Josh. It's true that he had his Superboy outfit, so did he have his Superboy outfit in Jonathan's car and then go save her, or they had to go all the way back home to get a suit and go back to all the way over there? But that would be really fast, actually. If he did that way, but just throwing that out there. And Jonathan probably drops Candace back home, and then had drive back to his own house, and then, drive Candace to her aunt's, because that's where she lives. But anyways, after the accident, Kyle was there because he wanted to make sure Sarah is alright. Thankfully she is. That crash would have basically killed both of them. They probably would have been unidentifiable, because that was really a big wreck. Kyle was wondering how was she okay, and then the George dude mentioned that there was someone who saved them, and he flew up, and then Kyle was interested. He probably thinks that's Jonathan. Sarah gets busted, and she has to go. She's kind of arrested, but kind of off the hook, because not totally, but she was drinking and driving, because not at the same time, but she drank, then got in car, so that was she got hit with a DUI, so that's actually really upsetting for Sarah. And then Kyle goes to the diner where Lana is at, and then they talked about Sarah, and Lana has to go, so they cut her meeting short. And then doing all this, Lois is trying to talk to Peia about the stuff that's been going on with her and Bruno, and trying to get some answers to save, to get Lex out of prison. And Peia is really like holding things back. She's basically lying to Lois, and to the point where I feel like, why bother keep trying? I feel like she doesn't want to get any answers out of it, and all Peia wants to do is see Mateo, and it's really interesting how all that is, because at the moment she is dying, so Lois is juggling a lot of things there. At the same time, she throws in a gun, trying to see what can she do to get something out of her, and she is starting to a little bit confess, and then Mateo shows up, and then they talk to each other, and then Mateo uses cufflinks and basically inject her with something, basically which is the cure, so now she's being saved. And Lois is on the phone talking to Claude. Basically, Claude finds out about the party and the fact that Sarah got hit with a DUI and all these things, and he's assuming that the boys joined too, so then he got mad at Jonathan because he was driving, so he was 50% in the truck. I was like, okay, that's actually a smart move, because that is harsh. However, that is something that I love, that Claude is being responsible there and actually making tough decisions there. And for Jonathan, even though Jonathan drank water, meaning he's in clear, and Jonathan secret identity was about to be revealed, and Cal was there trying to talk about Sarah and the fact that she is safe because of one of the boys, and doing all this Peia basically escapes and has Lois join her. Basically Peia tries to take down the DOD, and then Claude is hearing all this going down, not right away for some reason, not like how usual. So that was really weird. And then he's trying to be in a rush and trying to tell Kyle to go home, and he just flies up, and now Kyle knows he's Superman. It's really weird too. After that happened, Clark went up, right? Superman was flying, and he was trying to figure out where the noise is from. He has been to DOD so many times, he should know right away where it's happening. He's just trying to find. He's trying to find the DOD. That was a bit weird that they did things like that. That was a bit weird. I didn't think they would do that, but he's there. He saw a lot of people who are in the DOD injured. PS3, and she goes to the lair where Bruno and Mateo are. So that's where the episode ends. So Cal knows Sarah's saved. The boys are safe. Clark grounds Jordan because he was drinking in the party, and his secret identity was about to be exposed, and then so all these things happen in this episode. Is actually surprising. I'm surprised Mateo actually was down to save Peia in that way. He was now basically an accomplice, and the fact that the DOD got destroyed, so they have to he probably have to deal with that later on, unless Bruno handles it. It's really amazing episode. A lot of surprises, a lot of good moments there, a lot of interesting things that happened there that was really surprising. It's just that when Superman went up, trying to find what's going on, it was a little bit off. But other than that, I feel like the episode was really well, and hopefully Lois has what she has to get Lex out of prison, and the fact that Peia destroyed the DOD probably has that to be evidence itself to have Peia probably behind bars more, or not bars. She'd probably escape those, but basically set Lex free, even though she doesn't want to. A lot of difficult decisions Lois have to make, and collect Lois on her next steps for the stuff after ringing the bell in the hospital. Hopefully, you enjoy my review. Let me know what you guys think about this episode. Let me know what you guys think about Superman and the boys in this episode. Do you guys think Kyle will tell somebody, or in other words, how you think he will react when finds out that other people have known all this time, especially Sarah and Lana. Just he was a little bit upset with those two after Sarah's accident. Then after that happened within this episode, he felt a little confused in this episode, and now he's even more confused. Yeah, so yeah. Hopefully, you enjoyed my review. Thank you for watching, or if you're listening to this on Spotify for podcasters, I appreciate it. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Right? Take care. Bye.